Hi, this is Kevin. Welcome to my tutorial on uh, how to write a planning document for our waterfall planning documents practice assignment. So in this assignment, uh, the practice, the one that I do in order to demonstrate, is based upon the student attendance system. And the one that you're going to do as your assignment is based upon the iSchool web store case. So let's see. In class, I showed you the case description for student attendance, and that looks like this. Okay. And this is a pretty new document. I guess I kind of worked this backwards from the work that I had done previously. I never really had a case description for this until just a couple days ago. All right. Um, I had all that information in my head, but I wanted to make this really as parallel to the iSchool web store as I could, right? So, uh, what are you going to do when you're going to do the planning document? The planning document is a scope statement for the project that we're going to do. Okay, so the two documents that I referred to when authoring the scope statement were the case description, and another thing I think I showed in class was the use case diagram. And the use case diagram was helpful to me because it kind of showed all the use cases that are envisioned in uh, the student attendance system, right? And in class, I walked through the use case diagram, right? So, how did I turn that into a scope statement? Well, let's just look at what I did. Okay, so uh, the project scope statement for student attendance system is right here in the weekly schedule. So let's open that up. And I just filled out the form. Oh, and then I wanted to show you. I took I took the document that I created and I kind of turned it into a template. It's not a fancy template, but it'll save you some typing. And it's right here. Project Scope template is something that you're able to download and get the benefit of some of my typing in your assignment. Okay, so let's go back to the one that I filled out. Okay, and what I was essentially doing was just taking the knowledge I had about the project as embodied in the two documents that I just showed you, and filled this out. I used the example from the textbook, the one from Pine Valley Furniture, as kind of my inspiration. Uh, you will be able to use either that and or the one that I'm showing you now. Okay, so we have the name of the system, we have the name of the sponsor, Ken Tucker. Uh, we have Kevin Trainer is the systems analyst. I didn't claim to be the project manager because we're really trying to emphasize systems analysis in this course. So the problem or opportunity statement, The current approach used to track student attendance in undergraduate courses is labor intensive, error prone, and does not produce useful information quickly enough. An automated solution is necessary to meet a timeliness and quality goals. Okay. Um, I think this is going to be a boiled down statement, right? The audience for this kind of document would be key stakeholders. It would be your sponsor. It would be, let's say you work for the IT department. It would be your boss, right? So you you don't want it to be real long. You want it to be summarized. Project objectives. To enable the instructor to track student attendance in undergraduate courses effectively with a reasonable amount of administrative effort. The implication being the amount of administrative effort that it currently takes is unreasonable. And I can tell you from experience that that was true. Now, the project description, it's got really two components, the way that I see it. We want some kind of overview, right, of what's going on. And then we want a list of the functions that are going to be in the system. And if there are any functions that we know have been talked about and we know that we're not considering them, then we ought to put them there too. Here, I just have a list of things that are included. And for the most part, it's things that are from that I had on that use case diagram. And I had kind of I had kind of copied them onto the case description. So I say a new web application will be designed to meet this need. The project will deliver the requirements and design documents for the system. Okay, in our course, if we're taking a waterfall approach, we're not going to implement anything. So in this document, that should be clear, right? So I wrote it as though that's what we're doing. And then I say the construction and installation of a system will take place in a subsequent project. Real clear to people. And then I say the instructor facing a portion of the system should provide for the following use cases. And use cases are typically verb noun phrases. And again, to remember what a use case is, a use case is a narrative kind of document that well, that's what a use case specification is. But a use case describes how a user will use the system to reach an important goal. Okay. So what are they going to do? Well, it's going to be a verb noun phrase. They're going to set up new instructor, set up new semester, set up new course, set up new section number, blah, 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 blah. It's that kind of stuff. Okay, so I list out the use cases that I envision for the functionality of the system as it relates to the instructor. Then I've got a couple things for the student. And then I've got these administrative things that are going to have to be built and designed, like authorized user and log in, that are, when we get to use cases, we're going to call these administrative use cases, right? And so this stuff is pretty much what's on that use case diagram that I showed you, but I did add a couple of things. Like, I just want to point out that here I'm saying that we're going to set up a new instructor. I think that the system ought to be built so it can service more than just the one instructor who's our sponsor, right? And so I think we need to track which instructor this is for. And so I've gone ahead and added that. Okay. And I just want to point out that um, a lot of times in these project documents, they evolve as you go through the project. So um, you don't have to hold yourself to some kind of standard that says, well, if I didn't say this was included the last time, I can't say it the next time. Okay. Whenever you write this kind of document, it ought to be true today for the people who are involved in the project today, right? And if that's slightly different than the last time we expressed this in some kind of a written document, that's okay. That's the way these things evolve in this kind of job. Okay, so I've got that much. Business benefits, reduce instructor time spent on administrative tasks, improved quality of attendance reports, more timely intervention with students who have attendance problems. I did have a couple of those. And then project deliverables. Here's an opportunity to emphasize we're not building this. Okay, so the project will deliver the following documents: a use case specification for each use case included in the system, a conceptual data model for the system, a screen or report design for each web page in the system. Estimated project duration. I acted like this was one of the projects that we were going to do for the course. The project will take place over the last 8 weeks for the spring 2021 semester, right? So it doesn't have to be elaborate, but it has to express your understanding of what's going on with an eye toward what's included, what's excluded. Okay? So that stuff should be enough coaching to get you going. Good luck on iSchool Web Store, and I look forward to seeing what you did. I'm going to say bye for now. Bye-bye.